Hello and welcome to another Dave's Vacation Oasis. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome in. Good to see you. Uh, and if you're ninja watching, thank you for ninja watching. Or if you catch the, or if you're watch it as a replay, thank you for watching the replay. Don't forget, if you do like this show, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, share it out, and if you're new to my channel, please make sure you go check out the other stuff on my channel, and make sure you guys make sure you come and join the fun. And so hit the subscribe and hit the bell notification so when I go live. But welcome in to all those that are here. Tonight we're just going to do an easy topic. Normally, I usually have my co-hosts, Mike and Richard, but one was going to a movie theater. One of them was going to the theater today, and one was doing something with the family or had something to do, one of the two. But either way, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about vacations. How to decide on kind of basically, guys, how do you decide where you want to travel? Or I really would like to know, how do you determine on what type of vacation you really want? We know basically most vacations, we know it's to relax, get away, de-stress, just step away and get away and forget about everything that you go through during the week going through work. So, to me, vacations are very important. You definitely want to make sure that they're magical. You want to make sure that you just have fun. And continuing to, again, I know we were talking about this, I think a couple of weeks ago, about what were vacations. But how do you decide a vacation? There's so many available options. From you got exotic vacations to adventure vacations to relaxing vacations to, different types of adventures, such as theme parks, maybe going camping, rock climbing. Maybe it's there in the winter and you decide to go snowboarding or skiing at a thing. But how and what comes down to what as a family. For instance, if you're traveling with a family, obviously you're going to take into account on what it is you're actually wanting to do. Are you traveling to, like, I know when us growing up, a lot of our vacations, it was traveling to see either some of my mom or my dad's side of the families. But what made it interesting was that we would usually, where my dad's family lives, that usually would take 2 to 3 days to get where we're going. And we would spend time, and, we would end up doing some off the side trip. We might go to, we've been known to go to a park called Cumberland Gap, which is a waterfall, but it actually is an area down around Corbin, Kentucky, where you go to it. It is a park. It's got a lot of natural water trail hiking parks, but it does have a lodge that you can camp at. It does have camping grounds that, like, if you like to camp in campers or maybe tent camp, they do got camping things like that. But they do have a lodge that has a swimming pool that you can, stay in. They put you around the area, and that's just things like that. We would definitely go to, we would sometimes go to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, which is a little bit southeast of Knoxville. Quite nice and interesting. Because it's a terroristic heavily, but the drive between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg is a beauty. Sometimes we would go through Cherokee, North Carolina, where part of my family's background is being part Cherokee. So we would love to. We visited Cherokee, North Carolina, and we would stop and see some of the downtown and the Hearts, and you are a very beautiful area with a river in it. I mean, obviously it's where the last of the Cherokee people still live and things like that, but it's tremendous, and you get to learn artifacts about the history of the Cherokee Indians and the areas around it where through the Cherokee things. Welcome in to all those coming in. Thank you for coming in. Please feel free to say hi. Again, my name is Dave Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway, and this show is in regards to the travel agency, where I talk about different types of travels, trips, and from cruises to things like that. So feel free to, if you have comments or questions, please put them in the chat, or if you feel like you reach out to me. You can reach out to me there. If you check out the description of this video, there are links to my Facebook profile page for this channel, or for my travel agency, or there's the travel leader, what's called the travel leaders agency profile. If you click on that and go to that, you'll be able to reach me by phone or email. I'll be glad to help you. I do help plan vacations, and vacations, itineraries, things to do, as well as help, taking care of the bookings and the reservations and everything you would need along with those things. Can help you plan a trip, or if you have a trip planned and you need help getting the reservations, I can do that more than willing to help you do that as a travel agent. And because my slogan basically is, let me help you find that magical vacation. With my agency, which is the Cantrell Country Travelway. So let me help you do find that magical vacation. Welcome in to those coming in. Do feel free to say hi and that. So let me sorry, be with you guys in a minute. I gotta take care of a thing real quick. But yeah, so welcome in. Please feel free to ask any questions. My travel agency handles a lot of things from, domestic traveling across the country to, from the national parks like Yosemite or Yellowstone, the Grand Canyon, things like that, to, help. I do European trips, as well as, I can help you with different theme park trips, as well as, cruise lines. My whole thing is about making vacations magical. No matter what we did as growing up, when I was traveling with the family, but we do, it was about magic. It was about spending time with the family, enjoying each other's company, sharing the other things and things like that. So, I mean, traveling is, and, sometimes, back in when I was younger, sometimes doesn't necessarily mean to have a planned vacation. I mean, even with my family, we would plan certain things, but sometimes we would be flexible on what we did or where we went to. You know, so we left room for to make that magic happen. Um, and it would be good. I mean, because you're getting to spend time with the family, you're sharing the fun, you're sharing the magic, as well as the travel. Welcome in to those coming in. If you're ninja watching, thank you for ninja watching. Please feel free if you have any questions for me, please put them in the chat, or again, reach out to me through one of my links and reach out to me, and I will be glad to get with you if you're looking to travel or need help with traveling planning. Um, I'm more than willing to help you through my travel. Again, my travel agency for those coming in and maybe new to my channel. I am David Cantrell with the Cantrell Country Travel Way. Um, but I love to travel many places. There's things. I mean, as I got older, and the thing about it is, as you get older, you'll find out that your travel experiences that you want. I mean, like when you're young, you may want adventures, like maybe going to a safari or maybe going to Australia. As you get older, you might want to go to exotic places like those, or you may want to go to like Alaska or Antarctica. Um, but let me help you find that magic. Because it's all about planning. I mean, it's about being a flexible yet planning on where you want to go, having some idea what you would, you know, what type of an adventure or travel type you want. What relaxing. Maybe you just want to cruise to the Caribbean and enjoy the beaches and enjoying the sail on the suns and in the open air of the cruise lines. I've been on. I did do a cruise back in 2010, somewhere between 2010, 2012, somewhere in there. Had a great time. We did about a 3 day, 4 night adventure. We left on a Thursday. We came back on a Monday, so it was like a 1, 2, 3 full days and 4, 5 nights, something like that, or 4 days, like 3 days, 4 nights, something like that. Yeah, but as it is, so and the thing of it is, when you get to explore, like that was believe it or not, that was my first time outside of the country. So I got to experience something different. I got to check out the ports. I mean, obviously, there's more things I want to do. As a travel agent, I want to gain more experience with that and, be able to transpire that and help you find that magic on a vacation. So obviously, it's important to me to, try to understand where you're coming from. So I mean, as a travel agent, I understand that you want to make sure that you get the most for your money. I mean, obviously, things have gotten, economic wise, things have gotten expensive, travel wise, and sometimes, these days and age, back when I was growing up, a family could plan their own trip and still keep it economical and affordable. Today, the way the prices have increased on everything from cruise lines to flights to, just track gas prices. You kind of got to plan it out a little bit, but yet still have that flexibility of knowing what you want to do and kind of maybe where you want to go, but yet not have it set to be able to say, I know a lot of times we would go out to Chattanooga area where you got Lookout Mountain. They had the Overlookout Mountain where one of the Civil War battle sites were around the Battle of Chattanooga. Um, and you could ride a rally, and of course, there's a lot of stuff like that also in Gatlinburg, which is a very beautiful area. They had the top of the mountain where you could, again, like if you went to Lookout Mountain, you could take a trail and walk through rocks up and down, and there's an area where you could actually overlook. And if you look in different directions, every direction you looked at, chances are you're probably looking at a different state from that area. Obviously, you can see 7 different types of states and over that. So, that was that type. I can tell you one time we went to Chattanooga. We had never really gone down to the city, inside of the city in Chattanooga, except one time when we were staying around Chattanooga, we decided to do a river cruise. It was about an hour and a half river cruise around on the Chattanooga River. Beautiful. It was on one of the steam powered, early boats. Just absolutely gorgeous. So the views and then some of the mountains you got to see, and just some of the views that you actually saw down the river cruises. Obviously, one of my recommendations is that and one of the experiences I want to try our river cruises, particularly down the Mississippi, considering Mississippi has been a formidable waterway travelways throughout the history of this country to, getting cargoes up and down the river to the different. Obviously, you got St. Louis on the Mississippi, you got Memphis on the Mississippi, you got Vicksburg on the Mississippi, you got New Orleans. So obviously, traveling up and down the rivers such as the Mississippi, it would be an interesting and great thing. Maybe you would like to, I think I've done one white water rafting. Perhaps maybe you want to do white water rafting down the Colorado River. There's so many things that you want to do when it comes to traveling. These are the type of Jason Thibodeau. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you can make it in, buddy. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Obviously, Mike or Richard couldn't join me tonight. So I was just talking about, how do you determine? I know we had talked about what vacations are in that and how you might look at different things, but now I'm kind of digging in a little bit deeper on what plays into how you choose like a different type of vacation, such as a cruise or maybe going to Europe. Maybe you're into the history of Europe and you like to see old castles and that. Obviously, England, Germany, France, a lot of those areas over in that, or maybe you like the Italian. Maybe you like the cultural type of like the backgrounds of mountains, picturesque of somewhere within the Italian mountains, or maybe you love water and you like the Roman and Greek type of history, theological art. You might choose to go to like Turkey or Greece, things like that. And obviously those are, again, it comes down to what your influence, what you like. And it all, a lot of it depends on how many you got traveling and who you're traveling with. Obviously, like I said, I know we had 6 in our family as we were growing up, and most of our traveling was up and down the central corridor of from Michigan down to Florida, where back then my aunt and uncle lived in Florida. My dad's side of the families all lived in Virginia, and we would travel all throughout the mid South, on the eastern border of the United States. I did have a step grandmother that I did visit in California, where we did get to go to Rosita. Had some interesting things. We got to visit the Knott's Farm back in those days, back in the 80s. It was a great experience. We got to experience like a German town that had German ice cream, and just awesome time. So I mean, and that was actually the first time I ever flew, and flew alone at that point. Um, and of course I met up with my cousin, which, then we flew out together until we got to Denver, and then I got my plane that took me home to Michigan. He got on his plane and flew to Florida. But it was a great time, but the things that you did get to see as you're flying, so how you travel, it makes a big difference. Sometimes maybe if you're, maybe you like to look at the wilderness and the forest. So you may want to decide to do like a railroad train trip, particularly in the Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico area, or maybe you want to do it up in the upper, like the Canadian, Quebec and all that, where you can see the Rockies and some of the Canadian ultras. You might go through the train specialists of the Rocky Mountain trains, where they do different types of train rides, and you would see different things, and you actually would get to, depending on what type of package you would get to sit at certain things that would give you a great absolute view. And either way you look at it, you would get an absolute view of the beauty of the areas that they travel around to. Welcome into those coming in, guys. Again, my name is David Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. This show is in conjunction with that travel agency. I talk about different types of vacations and things, and like that. So if you are looking to travel or need help planning a trip, please reach out to me. If you look in the description of this video, you can reach me through one of the links. One is my agent profile, where you can definitely reach out by phone number or email. Send me questions. And if you do got questions in here tonight about, vacations, or maybe, I will be glad to answer anything I can. So if you are interested in it, if you got questions for me tonight, please feel free to put it in the chat if you do have any questions. But welcome into those that are watching, and hopefully you guys will come back and enjoy. This is one of 3 shows that I do on this channel. I also do a show on national parks on Monday nights. Now I didn't do it yesterday because I had a long day at my regular job. This is a business that I'm just getting, I'm working on and trying to build. So I am reaching out to things. And then on Thursday, I do travel adventures, where I look at different cities. Right now I'm looking at domestic cities across the U.S., but eventually we'll be looking at cities like Europe, and cities from Europe, cities from Australia, things like that. Welcome in, Stephanie. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good night. Go Flames. It's always good to see you guys. So I mean, when it comes to traveling, I mean, it's always been one of the things. Let me ask you guys that are in chat, what is always, when you were traveling as a family growing up, whether, yes, thank you for putting that in there, Stephanie. Welcome into all those that are coming in. Thank you for joining us, guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. Let me ask you guys out this. What was some of the biggest factors on where you went to? For you guys that are coming in, I was explaining that growing up, I grew up in a family of 6. I have 4 siblings, and then of course my mom and my dad. Most of the time we would travel through the middle parts of the mid east part of the states, Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. Most of where we went had to do with going to see family. But what made our trips interesting was that we wouldn't just go there. We would usually take 2 to 3 days to go there, and we would see it. Like there's like Coldwater in Tennessee. There's a water under a cavern called the Underwater Lake, or Sweet, which is a big lake under a cavern in the city of Coldwater in Tennessee. It's beautiful. You could actually take a boat ride into this lake. At one time, it used to be high, then it got low. At one point, the last time I rode there, the water was really low, and you could take the boat all the way back to almost to the back of the cavern, which was pretty interesting. But we would do side trips like that with a family that made it interesting. Welcome in, Paul Ingo. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you guys could be here. So, I mean, how you travel or where you travel comes down to your interests and what you're seeking. I mean, one time you may seek thrilling adventures, which means maybe you want to do rock climbing, maybe you want to do snow skiing at a snow lodge, or maybe you want to do a safari in Africa, or maybe you want to go to Alaska or Antarctica. Whatever it is, I can help you plan that. But again, what you do, I mean, you may decide maybe you just wanted to chill out vacation. Maybe you just wanted to find a nice log cabin somewhere, out west, or maybe you want to rent in a log cabin somewhere up in the Dakotas or Minnesota, or maybe in the Great Mountains. Oh, now she wants to go to Iceland. I hope you, Paul, I hope you're keeping this all on a list. I would keep it for you, but just saying, keep it on the list. Because really, I am going to announce this right now. In fact, let me do this, guys. I'm going to go ahead. I'll be back in 2 and 2. I'm going to play my commercial, and then I will talk a little bit of news regarding my business. I'm gonna go ahead and play my commercial real quick. We'll be back 2 and 2, guys.
This is the Cantrell Country Travelway. I'm the agent and owner, David Cantrell. If you're looking to travel through the U.S. national parks or maybe to the waterways from beaches to ocean cruises, let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation.
All right, welcome back. All right, so there again, they're what it is. Welcome into all those that are coming in that I might have missed. Good to see you all tonight. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Yay, good, Paul. Well, you know, we're right after you go to the Greek Isles. Okay, Stephanie. Well, remember who can help you. Just keep that in mind. Obviously, guys, and here's the thing. I was gonna hold off on saying this. I might have mentioned it to Richard and Mike, but I am gonna tell you that I'm finally gonna be able to probably get my website built and hopefully where the website that I'm building, it will put offers from different suppliers on the website. So I'm hoping by mid-June it'll be up. I look to be able to pay for the website at the beginning of the June, which means now then I'll be able to give you a place where you can go look at offers through my different suppliers that I have. I should be able to put some supplying special offers from different things. So definitely by the middle of June, you guys will be able to start seeing more factual things out of this company, and I can start growing it and helping you guys plan your trips. Like I said, my love for Disney has helped me about traveling. It's not just, one thing that I take from Disney is that if for any of you guys that love going to Disney, and I know that's where a lot of my moderators, anybody that's maybe new to the channel, if you see anybody with a wrench and their name is in blue, they're a moderator for this channel. And they are good people. They help me out. They put my links in when I need them put in. But I'm looking to be able to knock that out in the next couple of weeks. And I don't know how long it'll take to get the website up and built, but it does work with the travel. It actually works with the Travel Leaders Edge, which is the one that's responsible for my profile leader agent. So it'll have all that contact information. It'll update with something. I'm sure I can put special deals on there if I'm fortunate enough to be able to help with some things and be able to find you. I'm looking to be able to expand a little bit more and try to start building this year. Because I know my goal for next year is, in fact, if you guys are looking to do the Princess Cruise Lines or maybe the Holland Cruise Lines, I'm starting to do training for those. So I'm adding some more cruise lines to my repertoire. I also am adding Delta travel things, which I can book travel through the Delta agency, which is obviously, it's the main thing is Delta is the airlines, but they do a lot of bookings for other things through. They work in conjunctions and other suppliers to, you can book if you book a plane, you might be able to book hotels and things like that. So I'm adding Delta to my supplier list as well. So we are growing, but I am looking to expand, and eventually I'm going to travel. So again, and if you're new to my channel and you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. ask me anything you would like. Throw questions at me. Uh, vacation is about this, and traveling it's something that I've enjoyed. I know when I was younger, I originally looked at going into the travel tourism program at one of my degrees, so I may look at doing that again. But right now, it's more about helping you guys find that magic in traveling. And again, how you travel and what you do all comes down to what are you feeling at that time? What is your desires to accomplish? For some people, it may be a list of goals of. I know two of my moderators. I know one of them definitely. We all have a list of places we want to see and go. Um, So, and it seems like sometimes that list gets, as soon as we start knocking some of them off, it just seems like the list gets longer because we run into things that we want to see and do. So, more that in that case, the more you want to travel and keep going. So, obviously, the big thing is to just keep plucking away, keep traveling, planning. Um, sometimes it might be a little bit easier. Um, I always say that if you're like me, traveling a trip is not always sometimes the easiest thing. So I myself will be traveling. In fact, I know I'm going to be booking my first own trip fairly soon. And I'm hoping to do a few days at Disney in early June, and staying at like maybe Port Orleans. I'm looking to stay at Port Orleans, but I haven't actually talked to it. And of course, as a travel agent, I do get certain incentives that help me, but sometimes I like to try to push the incentive towards and help people like you guys that are looking to travel and things like that. It comes down that when you're traveling, and no matter whether you're flying, doing a cruise, traveling by car, traveling, exactly. Maybe she said it right there: history and the customs of that country. Obviously, I actually one of the biggest places I would love to go to is Spain, because it had a big influence here in Florida. Everywhere you look around, if you look at Miami and you look at St. Augustine, you will see the Spanish, even in parts of over in the panhandle of Florida, you will see the influence of Spanish um, throughout this state. So, which is really nice and interesting. Of course, obviously over the generations, you'll see a whole bunch of different cultural aspects of, you know, Haitian, Cuban, um, Chinese, Spanish, things like that. Exactly, Stephanie. The whole world is a beautiful place, and it does. You are so right, Stephanie. There's so many places waiting to be discovered, and sometimes here's the interesting thing. Sometimes you travel to places that you think you wouldn't travel to, and try different types of foods. Like me, I'm a very picky eater. So my problem is with traveling would be the food, because for me, but as I'm finding out as I get older, I'm more open to trying things a little bit more than I was when I was a kid and when I was growing up, and even as an early adult, I was still more particular. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have my favorite foods. Still won't go in that, but I am a little bit more open to what I try, and I'm looking forward to. Like I said, I know next year I'm planning a trip with my two sisters, and we're planning on trying to go to Hawaii. So obviously, yeah, I'll still be able to get some of my American food, but I'm looking to man, I'm hoping to try a little bit more of the Hawaiian culture and trying some of the Hawaiian foods that obviously as a young person I would have said nope, no way. Nope, not a chance. It'll be a cold day before it, but so you get the point. And again, so I mean, obviously, it's about experiencing. And when you do get to experience those travels, you want the most about experience. That's where I agree. Dole Whip. I actually had a one of my Dole Whips on my last trip to Disney World last year, Stephanie. And it actually tasted more like a gelato, which was pretty good. Um, it was when I was doing my fundraiser because I do have a second channel. If you do love Disney and you want to see Disney stuff, I do my channel for Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, where I do a Disney show on Saturdays, and we talk all about Disney, have fun, get wild, get crazy. Pardon me, guys. I've got the slight hiccups here. Um, but yeah, so it is an experience to try different things. Yeah, I tried that one flavor that's over by Frontierland, um, or actually Adventureland. It was, yeah. Well, when I was doing that, if you guys remember when I did that live, um, right doing the fundraiser for Give the Kids the World, it was Cherie who bought me a water. They wanted to make sure I was hydrating, so they actually bought me a water and a Dole Whip. And I'm trying. It wasn't a lemon. Was it a strawberry type of Dole Whip? I didn't stay on property at all, Jason, at that last time. It's been a while since I stayed on property. The last time I stayed off property is even that's been a while. Last time I actually stayed down there, well, except for Christmas time, when I stayed at Christmas time, we actually stayed at a resort type of thing, way off property. Um, Now, when I go in June, my intentions are to stay on property, staying at one of the resorts that I've never been able to try before. So I may see what the prices are and see what the advantages. I may actually try. I may want to try like Old Key West, Saratoga Springs, things like that. Because I may even look at getting my annual pass back as well. Um, so there's a lot of things I'm looking at over the next couple of months that, well, we just had the right timing, right things, but I need to make sure I'm making the right decisions on what I'm doing at this point. So, but yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, because I'm this time around, I probably am going to try to stay at Port Orleans because the big thing I want to do is see Yeehaw Bob, and I want to be able to stream it on my Space Mountain channel, or I may do it on my travel channel. live entertainment from Disney and do it on my Thursday night show for traveling adventures. You know, because that's what we're talking about on those things when we're going to the different cities. We're talking about, doing different shows, different museums, different things to visit, different things, you know. So, but I'm actually planning on going down Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, coming home Sunday. So probably doing 3 nights, 2 full days, and and a lot of times it'll be just doing a little bit of filming for some filming of different things, shorts, things like that. I don't know. Maybe I might even try to get a theme park ticket for a day. I'm hoping that's what I'm looking. It'll probably be the only. It'll probably be the only vacation time I get for this year. So now that I'm on grounds, except for when we go to, except for when the school's out for Christmas time, I'll be pretty much busy pressure washing the school and doing a lot of mowing and weed eating around the school because this is the time of year where the grounds people for the schools get a little busy. You know, got to keep the hedges trimmed and things like that. So it'll be fun, but at the same time, I'll be looking to build and push my business out and trying to reach out to people. And in fact, before I was getting ready to start on the Princess Cruise Lines thing, which I'll probably do a couple of the training things tonight for Princess Cruise Lines. So when I'm done, I mean, so does anybody have, so if anybody may be ninja watching, if you have a questions, again, please feel free to put in the chat. Obviously, if you're looking to travel and you need help planning a vacation, or if you have a vacation and you need help making the reservations and all that, again, reach out to the Cantrell Country Travelway Agency. But, so it comes down to it, the traveling and what you do it's so much. It's about discovering new things. It is, because my thing is, it's not so much about discovering new types of food for me. It's more about what kind of new adventures can I discover. Particularly, I myself am a historical person, so I want to actually travel through a lot of the historical battle sites, such as Gettysburg, Appomattox. There's some places up in the New England area that I want to go visit. And no, I wish I was going to make it up to Baltimore this year, but obviously I won't be able to make it to Baltimore this year for sure. But always hope for next year. I am hoping for next year. I'm actually hoping that maybe my business takes off, that I'll be doing a lot more traveling than I will be and pretty much get to hang up because by then I'll have 20, I'll be working on I'll start my 20th year with my school district that I work for. I start my 20th year this June. So I've got a pretty good amount of time in with the school district I'm working at. So now it's time to start looking at traveling, and who knows, maybe I can so yep. So anyways, that's really all I got for tonight, guys, because I knew it was gonna be simple tonight because I know Mike and Richard both couldn't be here. But again, be on the lookout in the next month for the website. You'll be able to start seeing some deals. And hopefully I can start booking things for you guys. And, if you're looking to travel, and again, for those that may be ninja watching, if you're new to this channel, please go check out my other videos. If you like what you see tonight, this is what we do on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on this channel. We talk about different aspects of traveling and vacationing and things like that. And also, again, if you want to find out more about, click on the link that Stephanie put in. You'll also find both those links to my Facebook travel page and the Travel Leaders Agent in the description, as well as the posting in there, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. It was nothing major, just something simple, a little bit more breakdown on traveling and what we're looking into and finding. And so again, if you're wanting more, make sure you come in on Thursday. We will be finishing up to about the Orlando area and digging into some more of what's in and around the Orlando, outside of what everybody already knows, which is the Universal Parks, SeaWorld, Disney. And of course, there's John. Hey, John, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. It's always good to see John in here. Another good friend. So I hope how are you doing, John? Hope you're having a good week so far. Samuel Wilkinson Jr. saying hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, guys. You actually caught us getting ready to wrap up for the evening because I need to go. I got to get back and do some. I got to do some training on the Princess Cruise Lines, and because this company has the Princess Cruise Lines, the Howland Cruise Lines, the Cunard Cruise Lines, Seabourn Cruises. John, it happens, bud. It's good to see you. It's good to see you in here. Glad to see you. Thursday night, 7 p.m., Samuel. I know, I understand sometimes it's hard for people to get in here, but I had to do it because I start work now at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. So I had to push my start time to 7 o'clock. And then because we're trying to limit these shows to about an hour. You're welcome, Samuel. But again, this is just trying to help pull things out and push you guys and push people and hopefully find people to find the channel. Find out about my travel agency so that I can help you travel. So we might just be talking a little Disney this week on Thursday. I don't know. I have to see what's going on because dining packages are returning and they're getting ready to start soon. So we might have, but anyways, guys, with that, I'm going to say thank you all for coming in at least. And for you guys that came in to say hi and all that, appreciate it. Don't forget to try to pop in on Saturday. Oh, 7 p.m. Samuel, unless you need to. Yeah, it's 7 p.m. on Thursday. Have a good night, Jason. Have a good night, Samuel. Have a good night, Paul. And Stephanie, thank you guys for coming in and putting in the links, Stephanie and Paul, and again, and of course, Paul and Stephanie. Make sure you guys have a good travel up to. Stay safe on your travels to Lynchburg. Yes, we will be having a 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Saturday for the Space Mountaineer Galaxy Chat. Yes, there will be a Galaxy Chat at 4 p.m. on Saturday. So make sure we'll need to get you back on that show. We'll need to get you back on, John, for that show. In fact, I'll reach out to you, John. I may do another Memorial Day service type thing. Obviously, I want to reach out to you. I may reach out to Pete. I may do a special on the Space Mountain Day Memorial Day service for Memorial Day weekend. So, all right. With that, guys, again, so if you're looking to travel, again, my name's David Cantrell. I am the agent and the owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. Let me help you find that magical vacation. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.